Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new and you're just stopping in and it's your first time, welcome. We're going to hop right into a reading today. There's been a lot of heavy energy going on. For some of you, even like outside situations from you that have just got you feeling stuck or stagnant. So this reading today is really going to focus on you, Divine Feminine, what you can expect coming in, and the happy days that are coming in for you ahead. Especially for a lot of you, you've been through a lot and you're just really healed and still continuing to heal. So a lot of these messages are really just going to be based on that. So let's hop into it. I hope you're doing amazing today. I've even got the Archetypes book out in case we need a little bit more clarity on any of the cards. Okay, well, we're not ready yet. So overall, the energy I'm just feeling like is you're moving on. You're ready for new times, new starts, regardless if it's family, friends, relationships, anything that held you back previously, you're just letting go of and really focusing on yourself at this time. For a lot of you, you are being divinely guided to do so by your spirit team. They want you to put the focus more on yourself. If you've tuned in over the last few days, that's definitely been a message for some of you out there. Welcome everyone just joining. We're literally just getting started. So with the Destroyer card too, it's really just saying these people in the past could have been draining your energy, leaving you feeling stagnant. And remember, this doesn't always have to be relationships. This could be friends. This could even be family or even like job situations for you. Take what resonates. But whatever's currently kind of holding you back, it's time to free yourself of that, to realize that once you let go of any of these toxic cycles, you can move forward into much happier times. For some of you, you are very spiritual. You trust and believe in where you're being divinely guided, essentially. And that's what you're being asked to do. Even if it looks a little bit rocky at times, it's like follow through with the plan. Just know that the outcome will be sweet. I feel like for a lot of you, it's really a time of transformation, especially from the past. Wow, guides. So you're being guided to somewhere very beautiful. It's like for a lot of you, there's certain things you may have always wanted in your life that you thought were unattainable, but it's being shown that if you trust and you follow where you're being guided to, away from these toxic cycles or situations, that you will be in a place of success and happiness. So the light attribute says, represents the nature of divine in life and in yourself. Absolutely beautiful. I feel like it's really saying no matter what you do, you try to be a good person. With this, we got the Lover at the bottom. So with that, you could be someone who's very loving and giving to others. It's almost like too, you feel like you've been through enough cycles of maybe just like stagnancy, feeling like people didn't see your worth, or they did see your worth, but they refused to treat you like your worth. Some people you could have been dealing with had addictions. This could have been family members or relationships or even friends, people you had to let go of because they refused to change. Like, I feel like for some of you, maybe you had a group of friends you were friends with since, say, high school or something like that, even earlier than that. And then you started to notice over time, these people weren't growing up and changing the way that you were. And for some of you, it's like as much as you can care about these people, this is when you're realizing you have to separate yourself from those that are draining you and trust where you're being guided, because overall you will be led to people that actually meet your morals or your standards in life. And you should never feel held back, right? And drained. So we've got the Athlete card and Angel. So with that there, it's just really showing that you're someone of very pure values, kind-hearted, good nature. Really just stay strong in what you know and keep going no matter what it looks like the opposition could be. Really beautiful energy. So right now the focus is really about you and realizing that you have the ability to change anything you currently feel stuck in. For example, if you feel stuck in a relationship that you care about the person, but you know it's non-committal, move forward. If you care about a job, but you know they're not, they're underpaying you or they're not valuing you for the work that you're doing, it's like, as much as it may be hard to break the cycles, this is when Spirit is telling you to break those cycles. Trust in divine. Some of you have been doing a lot of inner reflection, really trying to sort out your life and what do you want it to look like moving forward. This is what you've been asked to do. It's really about you. It's like a lot of you, even still watching this reading, or if you watch this reading on a later day, you are giving too much to people. And this is like a clear message coming across. Like for some of you, you could know someone close to you deals with addictions. And it's not like you're directly enabling them, but by allowing them to continue the behavior and not maybe distancing yourself or creating those boundaries so they realize what they're doing in their life is wrong. It's like those things are holding you back. So for a lot of you, it's really time to cut the cords. Realize that through this transformation, new cycles, and you know what new cycles means? New friendships, new love, new opportunities, new jobs. A chance for new things to come in that you know for sure aren't going to hold you back like the past and leave you feeling stuck in your head. So for those tuning in, we'll definitely do some messages from the person on your mind at the end. But this focus is really about you, Divine Feminine, where you're headed to next, and just what a beautiful transformation for a lot of you. You've already overcome a lot of these situations. Maybe you've parted ways from these people. It's like you could have had people that you were close with for so long, like your whole life, maybe family members. And for your whole life, you could have been trained to think that it's not okay to disconnect from people. But then after them repeatedly like breaking your heart or putting you through toxic cycles, you learned that the only way you could really find your peace was for a lot of you to walk away. I feel like specifically, wow. So with this, it's like you are being 100% divinely guided. I feel like for some of you, you have such a close spiritual connection. You could even question your choices sometimes. Like from disconnecting from these people, you could have even prayed and asked Spirit, is this the right choice? Is this what I'm supposed to do? And overall, it's like, I'm just being the messenger to tell you to follow your heart and trust what you know. It's like almost like you know in your heart what the right choice is for you in your life, and know that no matter what, your spirit team, they'll back you up. They have your best interests at heart at the end of the day. Wow, that's really beautiful. So I feel like someone maybe needed to hear that. Maybe sometimes, say for example, maybe it was like a really close friend or an ex-love or like a family member you disconnected from. You could wonder if it was the right decision. And I feel like Spirit's saying absolutely, like you have to trust yourself at the end of the day. For some of you, it could have been someone who was kind of mysterious, kept a lot more to their chest than they revealed. For a lot of you, it probably was a love situation. Midas Miser. So you're someone who has the touch of gold. You have the ability to transform your situations from like bad times to a lot better. Like, you know, lighter days, happier days. And at this time, you're being asked to almost awaken yourself to that full ability. Because for some of you, it's like you knew or you do know in the back of your mind subconsciously certain things you've wished for or prayed for. They've happened. They've come true. But at this time, it's like Spirit's asking you to fully believe in that and move forward. So for some of you, you could want to go after a dream of yours and feel like it's maybe a little bit unattainable. But I feel like what this message is here to deliver, no matter what you've been through or what you've overcome or overcame rather, and who you've let go of or situations you've moved forward from, this was all part of your transformation, your life purpose, your life lessons. And at this time, you're being asked to really believe that you can have whatever it is that you really want in your heart. People see this about you. People are talking about what a beautiful transformation this is. I feel like people are confused as well. Maybe too, you could have been someone who was totally opposite in the past as to who you are now. For example, you could have been maybe slightly spiritual, but not as awoken as you feel you are, or in a sense, not as giving, or maybe you're the opposite. You could have been very giving in the past to people that drained you and essentially were addicted to your energy. And now you're realizing like time to cut those cords, really put the focus on yourself, trust in divine's plan and like move forward. And that's a really beautiful message, because if you're wondering if you're on the right path, even if, especially I'm feeling like with the Hermit, you could feel kind of isolated. Maybe you had to make a lot of people removed from your life at once. Could have been a few family, friends, you know, all at once. Maybe the veil was lifted. I feel like Spirit, your team, gave you the ability to see who was draining you, who was using you, and who really, for some of you, was deceiving you. Now, this could be what people are gossiping about too. Maybe there was things you didn't know in the past and now you actually figured them out, or you were told. Beautiful. And it's through your spiritual connection as well. I think that's what people talk about, especially if you've overcame a lot of struggle that, you know, for some of you, it's like some people could not walk a mile in your shoes, but then they try and judge your life from the outside, or for some of you, just like control it. And this is like a family member or a person you're with, involved with, someone who just drains your energy, right? This feels like past energy though. And it feels like you went into hermit mode to kind of just pray and really just reflect on what you want your future to look like. And for some of you, a lot of those people weren't included in it because of the way they continued to treat you or drain you. And I feel like you need to trust and know that was absolutely the right thing for you. It's like, wow, what beautiful energy there. So the light attribute says, facilitates spiritual commitments, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. So for a lot of you divine feminines watching this, you are someone who is directly able to connect with that spiritual energy you feel from source or from your spirit team, and really channel that into this whole Midas Miser touch. And look at how much like beautiful divinity energy we have out here. It honestly feels so fitting now, because it was specifically, they said, do a divine feminine reading. So really beautiful for a lot of you. You have a strong connection with your spiritual team, and maybe some people gossip about it or don't understand it, but it's never stopped you from being who you are. And that's absolutely the way you're supposed to be, especially if you stumbled across this channel. I don't believe anything is absolutely coincidence. An angel came out and you're on Earth Angel channel. So you're definitely part of the Earth Angel collective. And you're definitely someone humble and giving, and need to believe a little bit more in yourself, it looks like, and your decisions. Because this is what's leading you to this beautiful transformation in your life. So now that we've got a few more of you tuned in, let's get an angel message. And then we'll do some tarot and kind of see what's coming up. So in the past too, maybe some of you femme fatales, maybe you were non-committal, you were mysterious, you were the bad girl types that people wanted, couldn't have, didn't understand. Maybe they always knew you were spiritual, but didn't understand you as a person. I feel like a lot of people look at you though as this like very humble, kind being, someone who would do anything for someone, even like if you didn't really know them. You're just very giving, and that's really beautiful energy to live in. This is why for a lot of you divine femmes, you have this connection with your spirit team and with divine, and it's really beautiful because if you look at how it says you have the ability to channel spiritual energy, you have these gifts because of your beliefs, your morals, and the way you represent yourself in the world. It's like that's why you've been able to do the things you do, or to manifest the way you can. And for some of you, I feel like you've manifested small things, so you kind of believe in it, but Spirit's saying now's the time to be as giving and loving to others and yourself, most importantly, as you can, and to trust in your path and to really dream big. Like, don't hold yourself back from anything. I'm feeling like whatever it is you want, maybe since you were, as long as you could remember, you wanted a certain type of car, or you wanted a certain type of job, or you wanted to be like known in the public, or you wanted to be a healer or a teacher. And maybe even for some of you, you never went to college, you're older, or for some of you, you just feel like your dreams are so unattainable. You could live in a small town. Whatever this like blockages has been for you, and especially for a lot of you, it's been people. Maybe for you too, growing up, you had specific dreams and you were kind of shut down to those dreams, made to believe that the intuition you had about who you could be isn't who you should be. And that's a really clear message. I've never conveyed that message. That just came directly from Spirit. That was crazy. But really, if that resonates for any of you, it's just saying that now's the time to remember who you want to be is exactly who you can be. So don't let any limitations or past beliefs hold you back. For some of you, maybe past addictions, or like I said, people around you that had addictions that you were kind of not necessarily like helping them with, but just like you weren't kind of taking your energy back, and then you started to realize these people were draining you. And addictions come in many forms. Like it could even be someone close to you had a spending problem. It could have been your partner. Maybe they weren't totally honest with you about that. Or for some of you, it could have been other addictions, right? Emotional eating is even something. So it could have been something that you were overcoming in the past. Wow, so somehow a message from your person or the person on your mind got in there. They're apparently on, or you're there. I can't even talk. You're apparently on their mind, because this is all angel messages. So it says, if only you knew how much those little moments with you matter to me. And kind of interesting, because there, an angel message is below it. It says, this relationship is headed towards marriage. So we're not going to focus this fully on love just yet. But apparently for some of you, a lot of this changes and cycles and believing. Maybe you have this past belief that love just isn't for you. You've been through a lot of heartbreaks, or you've always wanted to get married and settle down, and you just haven't found the right loyal person to commit. This could be a message for you that you absolutely are deserving of that love, and that will eventually come in for you when you're ready. All about that divine timing. At this time now, you are being asked and reminded to not let your past hurts hold you back from moving forward. It says, trust where you are being guided now. Open your heart. Beautiful message. Wow. So as if, let's get a like for that, because that definitely resonates with the whole message here. Trust where you are going. Like I said, you're being guided out of this situation, and being reminded that you are able to manifest this dream life that you really want. You just have to believe in yourself and really put your best foot forward. It's going to take a lot of hard work for some of you, some perseverance, definitely. And for some of you, even if you still have these energies around you that could be holding you back, they could be obstacles and blockages you're going to have to face. But once you do, you're going to be able to have this like new cycle come in and new opportunity. So for some of you, it's going to be a new job. And for a lot of you, I feel like it could be a marriage. So I'm actually going to look at the book just for a minute to see if I can get a little more background info on a few of these here to give you a little more insight. And then we're going to do some tarot. I hope everyone's doing amazing that's just tuning in. Don't forget to like the video and give it a comment or a share to the rest of the collective. So with the Exorcist card, I don't often pull this, so this is why I wanted to look it up. But it says the main thing is you're able to confront evil in the form of possession by destructive or antisocial impulses in oneself or others. So which means you are being given the Midas touch right now, the gold touch, the ability to basically heal those around you, but most importantly to heal yourself. If you have anything you're overcoming, any addiction of any kind, or any past traumas, hurts, or for some of you, it could even be as far as like PTSD, depression, stuff like that. You're actually able to manifest and heal out of that mindset fully right now. This is how much your spirit team believes in you and wants to see you succeed. I mean, it's not often that this card comes out, such a beautiful divine card. And with it, it says benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. So through this, you're really able to see the good in others, see them for who they are. And it's like spirit saying, open yourself up to that more, because not only are you going to transform your life, but for some of you, you are the catalyst to a spiritual awakening for either a past person, like a partner or a loved one, or even family, or even a couple spiritual awakenings at once. This is what people could be talking about if you've made an exit from some people's lives. And this could be for the past few months or even longer, like ongoing, maybe for some of you, a couple years. Take what resonates for your story, but just know this is what's being talked about, the way you are currently and have transformed your life. So it's really beautiful energy. Congratulations to all you divine femmes really feeling like, whew, You just overcame a lot. And I feel like for some of you, you know the battles aren't over. You know that's life. You know that you're always going to keep going through things. And for some of you, still dealing with these draining situations. But for a lot of you, you're being just asked to trust and believe in what you know, what you want out of your life, and where you're headed. It's like on contrary belief. So wow, for some of you, okay, you could have a dream to do something like creative, and you're just not getting recognized or heard, or say you're a painter or something, you're just not getting displayed, like you're not getting any commissions, basically. Spirit is saying, don't stop believing, because what you were shown and guided to do, it happened for a reason, right? And it's really beautiful energy, because we are all here for a completely different purpose. And especially too, one thing to remember is sometimes you're divinely guided down a life path, and then you get some detours and you head down a different spot, and all of it is a part of the divine plan. So this is really beautiful energy so far. With the femme fatale, a couple more details on it for you. It represents highly refined skills at manipulating men financially. Sometimes adds the twist of symbolically letting go of her conquest. So basically with that, it's saying you can not only, I don't see this as that's like the shadow energy. The more positive energy is you have the ability to manifest, to be a breadwinner. So for a lot of you divine femmes, you could have dated people that you were a little bit more successful than them, for example, and it was something that they couldn't stand. So for a lot of you, you get bored and you walk away from relationships if that's the case, or people don't see your value, or for some of you, boom, this person from the past was holding you back so that they could catch up, or that they could be ahead of you financially or in life, whatever it was in their ego. If this was a relationship, this person's definitely going through an ego death as you're moving on in your life. They're being like spiritually awoken to like, they can't try and hold someone else back, you know, because I feel like for a lot of you divine femmes, this is maybe where you felt isolated and cornered, is you were never trying to hold anyone back in your life, family, friends, relationships. Like for a lot of you feeling this very spiritual connection, you know that number one message is that we all need to lead in love, and everyone wants to see everyone succeed at the end of the day. That's the best motto to live in. I mean, if you're living with a hateful heart, then really you're not connected to divine whatsoever in a sense. And you're just kind of connected to your shadow side, right? And for a lot of you, maybe these are the relationships of people you had to let go of that were kind of acting like that. This is what people could be gossiping about. Could be a group of people still acting in a lower vibration that actually just aren't aware that it's not like you don't have love for them anymore, but you just need your peace. This is all part of your transformation, though, at the end of the day. Wow. So one more with the femme fatale. It says, look for a pattern of manipulation in others' behaviors and acquisitiveness. So exactly what I was saying. So it's literally like you are able to recognize when others maybe, for example, could have been using you in the past for material gains. Like you could have been in a relationship where this person kind of just didn't give as much and was kind of always essentially taking from you. Or it could have even been family members, friends. I feel like this is what you've learned to separate yourself from. Maybe this is why you've been in hermit mode, feeling really isolated. But for some of you, I feel like you've started to come out of your shell. Maybe you've met new people, come into new situations. So that's really beautiful energy to be in. We'll get a couple messages and then we will get some tarot for you to see if we can get some more clarification. So as I'm just going to kind of put these all the same way, there's situationship and time to walk away. So definitely for some of you, time to walk away from any relationships or people that felt draining. Get yourself out there, network. You can meet new people. And for a lot of you that have been looking for a stable new relationship from up to a year from now, I feel like at this time you're being asked just to work on your abundance, focus on your growth, and just kind of where you're headed. So we're going to do a good shuffle on these and move forward. Don't forget to like that if that resonated for you. I just saw musicians. So some of you could want to be a musician and feel like no one's noticing you, or no one's giving you the opportunity you deserve. It says to keep networking in a year from now, right? So honestly, anything can happen a year from now. What I just heard too, right? Your life could look a lot different. So it's not time to give up on your dreams. You have this ability to really like, I just keep hearing transform your life. So for some of you, you are even doing a glow up. You could have been someone who previously just looked stressed out or wasn't looking like their like best self. And now through this whole self-love evolution, you're on a glow up. For some of you, a lot of people see it through you, or they're talking it about you. Like, you look really good. You've transformed your life. People keep talking about it. For a lot of you, you could be not committing to anyone and not even dating, not with anyone. Wow, for that message, you're being asked to step out of your comfort zone. And this is also, too, if you want to follow a dream, now's the time to really step out of your comfort zone. As if a year from now, networking again, and a message from someone on your mind, or someone's really thinking about you. It says, please forgive me. So this could be a past person. We're going to not leave that message out because I feel like this is more a focus on y'all. So for some of you, could have been dealing with someone holding you back in the workplace previously. Really just telling you it's time to believe in yourself. And if not, this was a person. This was someone you were dating holding you back. We've got karmic feminine underneath that. So really straightforward messages. Let's keep going though. We're keeping this positive. I want to give y'all some updates as to what you can expect. What's coming in for you, right? For a lot of you too, it's like these people could have went so far out of their way. They could have been trying to, say it's family. They could have been driving by your house, or ex-lovers, trying to keep tabs on you, figure out what you're doing, especially if you're in this hermit mode. Just know from spirit, if you feel that energy big time around you, you are protected, especially with all this divine energy. Your spirit team's got your back. They're making sure that no one is able to drain your energy at this time. I feel like a lot of you have been put in this hermit mode because you'd been so drained and depleted, and maybe even like skewed of your vision. So like a lot of you had this vision for your life, and like through this or through relationships, family or loved ones, you just felt like you couldn't do it. Maybe some of you wanted an engagement with a past relationship you were in for a long time. This person wasn't committing. So you decided you had to walk away. Maybe that's what people are talking about. They thought the two of you would always be together. For a lot of you, that could have been it. Maybe this other person with the karmic energies moved on. I feel like divine femmes, though, a lot of you are just waiting for that right person. Just trust your divine like counterpart, soulmates being let in. Wow. So I just had a ton fly. Long distance for some of you. Drink more water is a huge message. And we've got pay attention to the signs at the bottom there. So just to notice, pay attention right now what's going on in your life. And for a lot of you, drink more waters. And beautiful, this spell. I cannot get them all that fell, but it says you are amazing. So I feel like some of y'all need that reminder. You're absolutely amazing, and know that whatever you set your heart to, you're able to achieve. This life is meant for you, and you're meant to do great things in this life. And your spirit team really believes in you. And any situationships you previously felt stuck in, now's the time to get yourself out of. Clear that energy, move forward in your life. Get ready for new cycles. Really beautiful energies. I'm going to do a shuffle. Leave that out for a second for you to take a peek at. And then I will clear these up and we'll do some tarot. Don't forget to hit the like button if this resonates for you. But Divine Femmes, a lot of you too with the athlete card, you're really working hard. You're working hard on something. You could even be working out hard, trying to get your body back in shape. Whatever you feel like you're being divinely guided to do for yourself at this time, do it. Spirit's saying you are being told at a reason, or for a reason, or you're being like told by your intuition for a reason. And it's going to bring you into this new, more stable, happy place. And I feel like anyone who's opposed of that in the past will soon begin to understand where you're coming from. Okay. So let's see what we got. Thank you so much, anyone that's tuned in. Beautiful Ace of Coins. So now's the time, if you haven't started already, focus on those pentacles. Maybe some of you too were really drained and depleted from the last relationship you were in. Like this person was more taking than giving, and you could have been someone who had a lot of savings or was doing okay, and then you feel like, I just heard from this person, you could feel like you're in debt. So for some of you, you're just really focusing on trying to regain your sense of stability. Wow, looks like someone's on the sidelines, wants to make you a small offer, but they're very timid. With that energy as well, we've got Earth and Fire out. So Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, and then we've got Leo, Aries, and Sag. Three of Swords. So yeah, you feel like you're really detached from anything. I feel like especially if it's love, maybe you're feeling really cold. You're not ready to accept anyone in yet. Still overcoming the things that hurt you in the past. For some of you, if you feel like that's the case, that's okay too. Spirit's saying keep healing, do your thing, and when you're ready, that right person will come in. And say someone's coming in now and you block it out, it wasn't meant for you. Don't worry. I feel like, wow, okay, so for some of you, you could be worried that if you block anyone out in love, you're not going to find your happily ever after. Like you feel like you're being offered gifts when someone comes in, and maybe sometimes when you accept relationships, it turns into this like toxic baggage of you taking care of another person in a sense. And I feel like straight up them just being addicted to your energy too. Like if they didn't ever actually deal with addictions. But for some of you could have dealt with a partner that was hiding addictions from you, and then towards the end of the relationship or when you started to disconnect, you realized like they had stuff going on. I feel like for some of you though, what you're being told to realize is those weren't your battles to overcome. So that's a really strong message. If you feel like maybe some of you feel bad, you had to disconnect from these people without a word. Maybe some of you ghosted these people. You didn't explain where you were coming from. Just trust. Everything happens for a reason. I truly believe that, and everything usually sorts itself out. It's like a lot of people need to learn and forgive. We've even got the devil at the bottom, so it's like toxicity, bound to toxic cycles. So yeah, definitely some of you were dealing with at least one person that acted this way, was holding you back from moving forward. False offers, so definitely could have been a love offer for a lot of you. Even a false job offer for some of you. Could have been both at once. This is going to be new starts coming in after a long time of feeling defeated. So it's kind of funny too, long distance. It's like you could feel like this new change is never ending. It's so far away from coming in. Just know that it will come in soon for you. You absolutely deserve it, Divine Femmes. Step up into that high vibration. A few things you could do to really raise your vibration. Definitely drink more water as we have this message. Meditate, pray, connect. A lot of people love to meditate in different ways, so whichever kind of works for you. With the athlete card, I'm feeling like for a lot of you, you're being asked to actually go out and either work out or even just go for a walk or a hike. Something in like a little bit of a physical activity that will really get your vibration raised. And especially if you're out in nature and in the sunshine, absolutely, you'll get that vitamin D. And wow, for some of you too, this is what's going to help increase the likelihood of not your person coming in, but you accepting an offer, you opening your heart again. I feel like you just have to give yourself a little bit more self-love at this time in order to make this transformation. So in the next few months, maybe your focus will really be just healing from anything that's held you back previously and actually learning to act fully in self-love. And for a lot of you, it could be just rebuilding your life, your stability, getting back to a place of feeling comfortable after a place of feeling drained for a long time. A lot of you are being asked to, maybe you feel hesitant about networking with new people, or say you've tried to and then it hasn't worked out the best, or you just haven't gotten any responses. They're saying don't give up, keep going. Just because one door was closed on you doesn't mean three more aren't waiting to open. You know what I mean? So almost to like trust and believe that maybe if one door wasn't answered for you, it's because there's a better door waiting for you to go to. So that's really beautiful message from Spirit. Sometimes they send me these and I'm like, wow, that's like a beautiful, wish I had that. You know what I mean? Like, I guess you could always go look back in the reading, but kind of a beautiful life quote. Like, one door closes, there's 3 more waiting to open. I don't think I've ever said that in my life. So really beautiful. And for some of you, wow, so maybe you were specifically aiming for this one door, working really hard towards it, and you could have been rerouted. Trust where you're being guided. It's definitely through your spirit team for your highest good. And for a lot of you, it's going to be slightly different, but I feel like all of you have this intuition about where you're headed or about where you know your life could be. Even if it's a big dream and it seems kind of far away, trust it. And keep working hard towards it. Definitely the card of hard work here, it really explains the fact that no matter how hard it is, it says dedication to transcending physical limits, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. So trusting in your divine team and your spirit team, trusting in yourself most importantly, and trusting where you want to go is achievable. So that's a really beautiful message. Hit that like button if you know you can make your dreams come true this year, because I feel like for a lot of you, this is your focus and this is what you're being told for a lot of you to do. Wow. So Empress, a lot of you are being viewed as someone very stable, or if not, someone trying to get there. And people really admire and respect you for that. High Priestess, you know where you're headed, regardless of what the outcome looks like to everyone else. Trust in that knowledge. Trust in that connection with spirit. Wow. And this is exactly it. This is why you are being guided to make those cutoffs. Like, let go of people that were holding you back, to believe in your passions, in your life, in yourself, and to know that you're right. Like, the people that really truly support you, because it's not like you had to cut everyone off. I feel like you do still have a lot of family and friends that do support you. It was just certain individuals, you started to see them for who they were. So for a lot of you, when you made these changes, these other passions and like new ideas started coming in. For a lot of you, you could have reopened or tapped into gifts you had as like you were younger and didn't even know you had. This could be spiritual gifts, or if not, creative gifts even. Maybe some of you loved to write when you were younger. It's something you stopped doing and then you started doing that again. For some of you, this could be how you're actually going to achieve success. I feel like some of you are going to write some sort of like, either like a romance screenplay or a book, something like this, but it's going to do really well. For some of you, it could even be on TV. But for some of you, it's like you could have an idea for a movie and you're like, okay, who's ever going to, you know, back you up for that? You might not have any credentials or any previous experience. And like, same if it comes down to being an artist or a musician, something like this. But Spirit's asking you to believe, because the longer you don't believe in yourself, you're just making yourself feel stuck. And this is when you'll move forward, when you let go of those beliefs. So if you wanted to know some specific signs to see if this really resonates for you as a reading, we have a lot of earth energy. So we've got Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. We've got a lot of air energy. So we've got Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Then we've got the most cup energy. So we've got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And we've got a little bit of fire as well. So we've got Aries, Leo, Sag. So we do have all the signs there. Definitely kind of funny, because there's only the 7 cards out. So look at this. In the past, you were dealing with a lot of unfair situations, judgments, maybe even decisions being made against your own judgment. So like, for example, you wanted an opportunity, you were going for it, maybe others opposed and were blocking it out for you before you could even have it. Just know that divine sees all that. And the harder you push and the harder you work, the more others try to block that, the better your karma will be if you don't do anything like that to others, right? For a lot of you, I feel like it was just a past loved one, like someone you were dating. This person could have been really cold and detached every time you were succeeding. Maybe too, for some of you, like you could have been in either like a similar career field or position. And like I said, for some of you could have done better and they didn't like that. They tried to block options for you. I definitely feel like that's in love and work in the past. This person really didn't want to see you succeed. But wow, for a lot of you, you let go, you moved on. The wheel's about to turn for you. No longer are you going to feel stuck. They're just really saying it's the time to get out of your head and to take that leap forward. Trust in yourself and trust in where you're headed. That's really beautiful. With the Wheel of Fortune too, it's like your deepest dreams and desires. So really what you wanted in the past, you felt like you couldn't have. You were able to get this. Just go for it. Beautiful messages. Let's see if we can get one more angel message, and then we'll do a few messages from the person on your mind. Anyone needed that. Wow, so this definitely just came out as I just took the cards out. But look, it says I get really jealous easily. I'm trying to change. Really feel like that resonates with this past person. They could have been really cold and detached anytime they saw you succeeding. Weird stuff like that. Maybe this is why you had to let go of this love and move forward. Okay, so let's see if we have an angel message. Rethink a situation. It says your guides are asking you to do some inner reflection right now. What makes you unhappy? Do you have the ability to change it? So absolutely, this literally comes down to what the whole reading is about. You have the ability to change anything in your life, and you really just have to believe in yourself. For some of you, you are a starseed. If you ever wondered if you had that spiritual connection, I'm being told for some of you, it's something to look up into, to tap into more, and to figure out more about for yourself. Beautiful. An unexpected blessing is headed your way soon. Divine has noticed your hard work and continued dedication to your path forward at this time. Beautiful message there from Spirit. Your Spirit team just really confirming your hard work, your changes, your dedication to yourself and to the good of others has been noticed. And don't think for a second it hasn't been. So keep going. And that's really beautiful. It says, I'm going to come forward soon. Okay, so this person's really trying to reach out to you. It says, I'm just scared to do or say the wrong thing. So definitely maybe someone you had to previously let go of. Maybe there's been no communication. It's supposed to be angel messages though. So beautiful. Take the road less traveled. The road may have more twists and turns, but in the long run, the results will be sweeter. So there's a message for you. Trust in your beliefs. Trust in your path. And trust that no matter how hard this could seem, wherever you're being led to, it's meant for you. You've definitely put in the hard work and the dedication to it. And if you haven't, this is something you're going to start doing soon. For all of you, I'm being told you know exactly what this applies to in your life with the High Priestess. You have this intuition, this inner knowing about it. And no matter how the situation looks, how unfair the judgment looks, really trust that you will get the offers you receive in love and in your life. So that's a really beautiful message. We're going to pull one more angel message to finish this reading, as if this came out before. So it says this relationship is headed towards marriage. They most definitely want to put a ring on it. Get ready for long-lasting commitments. So for some of you, it's looking like maybe you felt like you weren't going to find someone compatible. You will definitely find a person that you can commit to for the long term. I know y'all love the love messages the most, so we'll just do 2 love messages to close the reading. And if you're just tuning in, I'm going to leave this up so you can check it out. Hit that like button if this resonated, and I really hope everyone has an amazing day when this is over. I am following my heart, and my heart leads me to you every time. It says, every time I try to run, my emotions get the better of me. I love you. So either someone ran from you, or this is you conveying it to this person. Maybe you ran from someone feeling like they were holding you back. May we always make it work despite any silly arguments we have. I cannot handle distance between you and I ever. And one more message from your person. The longer we are apart, the feelings I have for you grow stronger every day. So your person definitely has you on their minds, but at this time, keep focusing on yourself. Keep trusting that new cycles are coming in. A lot of you dealt with a lot of bullshit in the past. A lot of other people's karma even, right? If you were like holding on to people that were draining you and stuff, you could have been getting hit with karma left and right and started to figure out, okay, what's going on? And what was happening was that was Spirit's way of waking you up to what was happening. Sometimes we refuse to let go of people we love, no matter how bad they hurt us. And the only way Spirit can really get through to you and convey that message is for you to change and let go. Sometimes they like people could do something really like awful to you, or someone you love could have just really left you hanging in a time of need, like left you ghosted, or just say you were dating someone for a couple years, just like it ended, there was no closure, nothing, just they moved on, you never got closure. Or say it was a family person, you could have just had a fight, totally disconnected based on an argument, and have never spoken again for years, stuff like that, right? So whatever it was for you that happened, trust that you just need to believe that you don't deserve that, you deserve better, and that you're being divinely guided away from this for you to follow your dreams and to really receive the blessings that you deserve. So that's a really beautiful message there from Spirit. Go ahead, hit that like button if it resonated, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take care.